Welcome back to the Sound for More channel, and welcome back to another tutorial and demonstration. Today I have the pleasure to introduce you to PolyDelay from Rob Jackson. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe, as it helps with growing the channel. And if you would like to do what I do and you would like to support, please do check again the instruction on how to support contained in each video description right at the bottom. Okay, so we are inside AUm. We are going to create an audio channel like so, and we're going to choose an audio source. And why not? We are going to choose something from Rob Jackson, and we're going to go for Analogy X1. Okay, we're going to connect it to my external Nano Key 2 keyboard, and we open this up, and let's just create a preset. So we're going to decrease a little bit the gain. Going to add the sub. We're going to remove the sustain. So we rely more on the release here, non-attack. Increase the spread. Maybe change the shape here. Sounds okay, so let's go for it. So let's go and insert an effect. Okay, so we're going to search for a PolyDelay. There it is. Okay, let's open these up and double click on the top here to maximize it. As always, we have a number of tabs where the first one is for the controls, then some of the presets, your help, default, and randomization to create your own preset. You can activate it or not, so it's like your bypass. You can sync it to the host or not. You can decide also the tempo, which is particularly relevant when you don't use host sync. Then you can multiply the delay. You can have normal, you can half it or double it. And then the really key difference compared to other delays is that it works on bits, and then which you can decide how many bits for the delay on the left channel and the right channel, and how many times the bits needs to be divided for. If you go for 1 bit, there is only 1 division. You know what that will create. So it goes by bits. If I say divide that by 2 for 1 bit, it will be faster. Of course, that will be for the left channel, not for the right channel. So it takes a little bit to get used to, but it's quite straightforward. It's another way to look at it. And this is where you will find also specification like, in this case, 1 to 2, right? 1 divided 2 in terms of ratio. Now, you can adjust that separately for the right channel if you wish so. So let's say we on the right channel, we divided it by 4, which is double. So you can go really crazy on it. We can adjust the width, stereo width. So hopefully you hear that in terms of the stereo, which has gone wider. I hope you have headphones or headset. The regeneration here is the equivalent to your feedback that you have in other delays, so you can increase it, decrease it, right? So the regeneration can go on longer or shorter. Okay, so it's up to you. You can introduce some modulation on the delays of the signal. In so doing, it creates a very interesting effect. Now, you can also, let's give it a little bit of modulation, but not too much. Then you can act on a high pass filter, frequency cutoff, the same on a low pass filter. Of course, the type of sound that you will create depends on how much you leave of the wet signal versus the dry signal. In this case, you have more dry than wet, so we could reduce the dry a little bit less. So now you hear more of the wet, and of course now if you change the cutoff for both filter, you have a big difference. What I like to do is also use it in conjunction to another fantastic effect, which I already demonstrated from the same developer, Gate Verb. So we open this up, we increase the size, increase the wet, and you can decide if you want to have the gate or not, and at which point you want to have the threshold, and of course if you want to smooth it in terms of cut. But you can also disable that. You can act on the dumping and the wave, the stereo wave, of course. Not bad for AUv3 as a monosynth. Let's change the cutoff here. Add the envelope to the cutoff to the filter. Let's go back to the delay and we can customize it even further, right? So why don't we go crazy here? We go to AUv division on the right channel. Interesting. Then let's go back to AUv3 here, perhaps reduce a bit more the filter. A little bit less release. A bit of drive, perhaps. Let me show you the effect to double here. Or half it. You can hear it that it's been halved as a time, right? Or doubled. It's quite quick, right? Let's reset these to same 2. And you can do also odd division, so you can divide the bit here on the left channel by 3 per bit. And then it gets interesting, right? You could see it was picking a little bit that because I have increased the drive here as well. Perhaps we need to retouch that down. Okay, so that is PolyDelay. As always, very, very good on CPU consumption, as you can see up here, and some, of course, parameter exposed as AU, which is fantastic. And of course, here on the left-hand side, you can activate them or not in terms of effects. Okay, I hope you enjoyed and see you next time. Bye.